I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but your stream setup is trash, and I'm here today to tell you why. Welcome to StreamER. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to StreamER, the show where I talk about everything to do with streaming, from setup, equipment, graphics, tips and tricks, tutorials, and anything else you could think of. My name is Jaqck, and I've been streaming on Twitch for over a year. In that year, I've made a lot of mistakes. Like a lot of mistakes. And I'm hoping to use those mistakes to try and help you guys learn a few tips, learn a few tricks, and try and improve your streams and your content creation. Before we get into today's video, if you want to see how my stream setup works, or just ask some questions about your stream setup or your stream in general, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/Jaqck. Today I'm covering the topic of equipment. I'm going to be going through a few options that you can use for your stream setup and what you can do to make sure it's as professional as possible. To talk about stream setups, I'm going to go about it from a few different angles. I'm going to talk about cameras and lighting, audio, and then I'm finally going to talk about extras, any other features you could add just to improve the quality of your stream, maybe improve the professionalism of your stream, and try and make it all round a better production. I'm also going to break it into 3 sections of an amateur streamer, a semi-professional streamer, and a professional streamer. So an amateur streamer, just somebody that streams mainly as a hobby, doesn't really make much money from it. A semi-professional streamer, maybe someone who has a few hundred or a few thousand followers and is trying to make it full time. And then a professional streamer is someone that does it for a career, makes a full revenue from it and will make a living and be able to invest in the more expensive equipment. First thing I'm going to cover is the camera. One of the most important things in your streaming kit. Most people won't go to a stream these days without it having a webcam or some sort of camera. So if you don't have one of these, you're missing out and you're probably losing a lot of viewers because of it. I personally right now just use a webcam. I currently use the Logitech Brio, which was at the time of me buying my webcam was one of the best on the market and I think cost me around £200. However, a year later, and there's a lot better webcams on offer, the webcam I'd suggest for any amateur or semi-professional streamer would be an Elgato Facecam. Coming at around £190 or $250, $260. It's a 1080p 60 FPS camera and it is the best on the market by far. It blows all others out of the water. Compare it to a Logitech C920 or a Logitech Brio and the quality of the picture, even in low lighting, is miles above any other camera on the market right now. If you're a professional streamer and you're looking for a new camera, or it's your first DSLR or mirrorless camera that you're going to get, I'd suggest going with either the Sony a5100, which is about £500 and is a 1080p 60 FPS camera, or the other option is you've got the Sony a7 Mark III. This comes in at around £1,800, so it's a lot more than the Sony a5100, but it can stream in 4K and at 120 FPS. Sony a7 Mark III offers a lot more features than the Sony a5100. However, there's a lot larger of a price tag. So always remember this when you're shopping around and deciding what camera will be right for your stream. So, as you can see, without the right lighting, your setup just isn't going to look right. Irrelevant of if you've got a £5,000 camera or a £100 webcam, it's just not going to look good if it's not lit correctly. Now you've got your camera, the next thing to look at is lighting. If you don't light yourself correctly, irrelevant of what camera you chose, you're not going to look as good as you could. When looking at lighting, the first thing to choose is the face lighting you're going to use to make sure the subject is lit when you're streaming. Best option that I could suggest is using LED light panels. Something like this or this you can get for about £40 or £50 on Amazon. Really good budget option that will perfectly light you when you're streaming, although will lack some of the controllability and some of the features of the Elgato Keylight and Keylight Air. If you're looking for something a little more professional, I'd definitely suggest the Elgato Keylight or Keylight Air. I use those personally and I think they're incredible. And they're really easy to set up, really easy to use, and they give you a real clear light finish, perfect for any streamer or content creator. Now, lighting and camera are out the way, the next topic is audio. When it comes to audio, it's actually not as complicated as many might think, and there's only really a couple of options that you should even be considering. If you want a USB microphone, something that's really simple to use, plug and play, it's ready to go, and you don't have to worry about anything else. First option, one of the main options that you should choose, irrelevant of if you're an amateur, semi-professional or professional streamer, is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. This guy right here. It offers really high quality, clear audio, as you can hear now, and it only comes in at £130, which for a small streamer is actually quite a reasonable price. With audio, it's always important to remember that you do need a good quality microphone. However, when you're streaming, you do have alerts playing, gameplay sounds, music playing, as well as compression to make sure that it can be streamed over the internet. All of these things will affect the quality of the audio and mean that the difference between a £150 microphone and a £500 microphone won't actually be as much as it would be when you're listening to it in person. So remember this when you're investing in your setup, and don't spend too much money on a microphone that will only make a marginal difference. Make sure you invest the money in the biggest areas that need the most investment to make sure you get the most out of your money for your stream. The first extra that I consider to be essential is a mic arm. I think using a mic arm can really up the production value of your stream. So if you are investing in a new microphone, make sure to invest that a little bit more and get a boom arm so it's closer to your mouth and the audio can be even crisper. You can get boom arms for extremely cheap. The one I use only cost me £10. Another extra you may want to consider adding to your stream is a stream deck. A stream deck is a set of programmable keys. These keys can be programmed to do a variety of things, all related to inside and outside of your stream. Whether it's changing scene, fixing your audio, loading up a new game, or closing another game, you can do this all from the touch of one button. It allows your scene transition and your change between activities during your stream to be seamless. The final optional extra I'd like to include is the use of a second monitor. I use a second monitor on my stream. I think it adds a lot of production value to the stream. I like to use my 2-monitor setup as if it's a theatre. First screen, the screen that I play from, is like the stage. It's a screen that all the viewers get to see. It shows all the alerts, all my gameplay, as well as has my webcam attached. Second screen, I'd class that as my backstage, where all the ropes are pulled, where everything's changed and everything's organised, but the viewers never get to see it. All done without them seeing a thing, and it's seamless. This is really difficult to achieve on a single monitor setup. Because you have to tab in and out of different softwares, it can be really hard to manage and monitor your entire stream all at once. That's it for today's video, and I hope from this you can build the perfect stream setup. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to comment down below and let me know what other topics you'd like me to discuss in this series going forward. Also, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that you enjoyed the content and people like you might enjoy it too. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day and happy streaming, guys.